Hello friends, today we will see a series of Angular JS videos after the Linux Ubuntu videos. Hope you like the Linux Ubuntu videos. Now for Angular JS, we will just see what is this Angular JS. I have already noted down the main points. So in this sheet, I will just remove the one. So Angular JS is a JavaScript framework. That is, it top of runs on top of JavaScript following its entire guidelines like ECMA script. ECMA script and the current version of ECMA script is 6. So now the current version, the version of AngularJS that we are using is 1.6.9. AngularJS is a model view model. Yeah, Angular is a view view model. So what will happen is, in meaning is it has two directives, Angular. So what is a directive? Directive is a attribute that provides the HTML with a special functionality, and it is different in different contexts. So that are called directives. So I will just note down these points. Directives are nothing but, I will tell, as special attributes. Special attributes having special meaning in different contexts. That was directive. Rule number 5 is every Angular JS directive should have the letters NG as their starting characters. Every Angular JS directive. Suppose, for example, I'm giving you example of 5 directives. First is ng include. Then after ng include, ng model. After ng model, ng bind. After ng bind, ng init. After ng init, ng repeat, and etc. Many directives are there. So see, we will see the main directive. To define an HTML markup to an Angular JS app, use Angular API. So what is Angular API? Angular API is a set of predefined objects with their properties and methods for processing the file. So I will now go revise it again. So AngularJS is a JavaScript framework. So it works on top of JavaScript and following its entire guidelines like ECMS script. So the current version of ECMS script is 6. So it abides by ECMS 6, script 6. So the version of AngularJS that we are going to use is 1.6.9. And I forgot one line that uh, Angular JS requires a CDN to place to place the .js file in the head tag. So now, uh, so now we were at 4. Angular is a model view model framework. So I will just highlight this. Just a minute, and I will just uh, yeah. So model view model. So what is model view model? It's very confusing, but if you understand two concepts, you can use it. So what I will do is I will just write model ng model, and then bind. So what does ng model do? Ng model the value binds the value of view to the binds the value of view to the model, that is dollar scope. So what is dollar scope? As you can see, we missed it. The dollar scope is the object that contains properties and methods, and is available in isolation to the whole ng app narrative, and that object is available to the callback function of a controller. So suppose I have a ng app. Suppose I have a table tag, and table tag I will have ng. So a table tag will get all the benefits of the Angular JS. So Angular JS, each Angular JS needs to have a name. So the name is Gaurav. So ng app is equal to Gaurav. So the Angular will take this name, and it will create an Angular framework around the table. So now to create a controller, we will write controller ng controller. So it will be, suppose my auto. I will write auto as a controller name. So in that, if I close it, and then instead of table, I think we will take div only, because table will be having. So in this div tag, I have two directives. One directive is the app which defines the Angular JS, that this div, from this div start to this div's end, it will have access to all the features of Angular JS framework. And this controller means that it will have a request catcher. So whenever a request will be routed to this controller, it will be routed by its name. So whenever I will make a request, I will just type auto. So auto means this controller. So now let us see. So now using Angular API, we will write Angular.module. Angular is a built-in object when you create a whenever you include this file, this command cdn file. Um, yes, this file. So in this you can see this script file is there. It means that this Angular is API is already available, and you can see in this this is the Angular API. This is the whole Angular API. So module, lowercase, uppercase, is string, is number, copy, for each, is array, is date, is defined. So this is all Angular. After this, we write dot module. So Angular dot module accepts two arguments. The first is the name of the app. The name is Gaurav, and the next is the configuration variables, or the external. You can say uh, external variables, not like scope. So it is an array. So I will type blank array because I don't have any arguments. So in that I will just assign it to the variable that is app. So the app is equal to Angular model. So we have set up the app. So this is now we will have a controller. So the controller belongs to app. So suppose there are two controllers. Suppose in this there are ng controller is equal to first, and this I will type another controller that will be second in that. And now what will happen here is uh, yeah, so app dot controller, the first argument it takes is the name, so it will take first as first. Now it will close, and then inside this there will be a callback function. Callback function is nothing but whenever the uh, controller is hit, it will this function will be called. And the most important thing is it will have two variables. The name of the first variable is root scope, and the name of the second variable is scope. So scope is limited to the app, and root scope is limited to the page. So I want only to the app, so I'm using dollar scope. So scope I'm using, but this dollar it can coincide with jQuery's dollar. So you should use always jQuery dot no conflict. So jQuery dot no conflict will allow us to use this dollar in Angular in JS. So now I have a scope. Now what I will do is I will just print some data. So I will just dollar scope dot name. It is the object. I'm creating a property name, and name is Gaurav. And name is Gaurav Hello World. So this is the my message. So now let us go to this our first app. So now I will just delete this and copy this border from the border. And then in this. See, I'm running this file now. Angular intro dot html. You can see here nothing has come. Oh, jQuery is not defined. No name. I'm for first. This should be the first line after the head tag. So I put it below. So it was my mistake. Sorry for the mistake. So here you have to put the script tag You have to go to home tab, then you go to head tab, and then you have to close the head tab. I forgot, sorry. Probably. Now the program is running fine. So now how to output the model to the view? Very simple to output the model to the view. To bind the model to the view, we have a double curly brace open and double curly brace closed. So in what will happen here is I will just write the name of property of, so I will just type name. So instead of scope dot name, I will just type name because scope is assumed, and I will have two opening curly braces, two opening close braces. So you can see Gaurav hello world. Now if I type Gaurav hello world, yeah. So in this suppose now I type in the second controller the name, it will show Gaurav's second hello world. So it is showing the name in the controller. So now you can say I want to just write yeah, we have understood, but what is model view model framework? So model, what happened here is in the our model, that is scope, was bound to the view, and in